National Report Court is back in session. Today's case, Burger King facing a class action lawsuit over its size of the Whopper burger. The chain being accused of false advertising, saying the Whopper is actually 35% smaller than it portrays it to be.
And we're taking up the case for National Report Court today. We have David Gelman. He's an attorney with Gelman Law Firm. Ron Coleman, also the partner with the Dillon Law Group. So for the purposes of this segment, David, if you don't mind, represent those unhappy customers with that Whopper burger. And Ron, if you don't mind, representing Burger King for the purposes of the segment only here. So David, I'll start with you. The suit claims Burger King falsely inflated the size of its signature Whopper sandwiches in promotional materials. So to show you here, here's a side-by-side comparison of their previous ad versus now. Again, the current advertisement versus the former one. One of those looks more delicious than the other. David, your thoughts?
Well, I agree. The current one does look a lot better. Now, I'm sure everybody's heard the saying, people eat with their eyes. That's exactly what this is all about. Now, the judge in this case refused to dismiss certain parts of it, specifically the part about false advertising and the negligence of this. So the judge is saying, okay, a jury is going to have to decide if a reasonable person truly believes that what they're seeing on TV or these menus is what they're actually going to get. Now, if somebody looks at what they see on TV, are they really going to think that this is what they're getting? Okay. I went to Burger King before we got on.
I love it.
Look at this.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't look exactly like the advertisement, if we're going to be honest here. So, Ron, let's bring you into this. Burger King denied the claim, saying, quote, a sandwich appearance isn't an essential term of contract, going on to say that they are not required to serve burgers that look exactly like the picture. Ron, what's BK's defense here?
Well, on the contract part, the judge actually agreed with Burger King and said, it's advertisements as a general rule are not considered to be offers. You can't accept an offer by Burger King says, come in, buy a Whopper or whatever the sandwich may be. And you walk in, you say, I'm accepting your offer. The judge said what is an offer is what's on the sandwich board. And the sandwich board is what the judge is relying on for purposes of the contract claim. For purposes of the consumer fraud, of the false advertising claim, the judge says something very strange. Who are we, said the judge, to decide whether or not the reasonable person would think that this is, something that American consumers would care about? Answer, you're the judge. That's who we are. On a 12B6 motion, you're supposed to make some initial calls, and this is a pretty surprising one.
Yeah, again, back on the screen here, former advertisement versus the current one there. Again, that current one, it's got that burger meat falling off the bun, pickles are just falling out, tomatoes and onions, lettuce. I mean, look at that. It's got like 18 tomatoes on this thing, crying out loud. And that, again, the beef looks a lot bigger. And we've got, again, back to Ron. You got a Whopper there. Did it look like that? Can you show me again?
Or David's got
David,
it. David, show us
David.
that Whopper.
Hey, I'm right here, guys.
Does that look like that?
You could be the judge.
I don't know what's going on with that one there.
Case closed with that one. No. But David, I mean, realistically, come on. We've seen advertisements sort of showcase maybe the best employees' work. Is it really fair to assume that every time you go to a Burger King, it's going to look like how it's advertised? What would your client say in this case?
Emma, I agree with you. All right, that it's not going to look exactly the same as you see on TV or you see on the menu, but it should look similar. What I was showing you here has almost no similarities. The only similarities are the bun has seeds on it. Other than that, I don't see any similarities in this. Now, it is funny. I understand that these lawsuits really have not been very successful in the past, but I think there is starting to be a change of the guard a little bit. A couple years ago, A&W actually settled because they were sued because they claimed that there was not real vanilla in their sodas. They settled for about $15 million. So if people keep doing this and keep bringing suits against these companies, it's going to make these companies think a little harder next time and maybe make things look a little more similar to what they're actually going to get.
All right, final thoughts from Ron on Burger King's side on this.
It's not people who are suing; it's lawyers who are suing. Class action plaintiffs' lawyers are a breed unto themselves. They do very well for themselves. You can be sure out of that $15 million, the average consumer probably got a coupon for 50 cents off, and the lawyers got very nice new swimming pools.
Okay.
I'm in the wrong job.
All right, gentlemen, if you could stand by, we wanted to welcome in Flip Badeau, who's been listening into everyone's fabulous arguments here. Flip, where do you land on this case?
Well, it's an interesting distinction between what's considered an advertisement, what's considered basically an offer at the point of sale. We'll sell you this for this much, and then you give them that much, and they give you, we just saw on screen.
He had Discovery. He brought Discovery.
That's right.
Yeah, right there.
I find it interesting, though, that this hinges so much on the size or the amount of the portion of the beef, because I think everyone's kind of used to the fact that you never get this kind of glistening lettuce that can actually support the weight of the bun above it. The little drops of condensation. I mean, it's almost cliched that restaurants use rubber cement, hairspray, all kinds of other ghastly things to make their food look otherworldly in the advertisements.
Do they?
But there's some.
I don't want to take you off topic, but I mean,
I remember
It's
seeing
like glue instead of
an expose
Sprite
at one point.
or
Yeah,
something.
it's all kinds of unnatural things they use to make them look that kind of absolute idealized way. But maybe by the end of this, we see them simply take the pictures off the menu boards and leave it to more of the advertising space.
Yeah, there you go. Just the logo itself. All right, gentlemen, we're going to have to wait and see how this one actually plays out in real court. National Report Court is adjourned. Our thanks to David, Flip, and Ron.